You're about to see some of the creepiest videos found on the internet. Let's check them out. This clip, uploaded to TikTok by Terra S Nocturnos, was captured inside of a morgue at an unknown location. Take a look at what happens. Watching that again, at the very end of the clip, a transparent mass moves past the camera. It almost looks like some moisture on the lens, but that doesn't explain how it moves from left to right. Given the location, many viewers have speculated that it's the spirit of someone whose body is being processed at the morgue. Perhaps their soul is now trapped inside the building. So what do you think's been caught on camera here? Is there a rational explanation, or is it something a little more mysterious? Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Have you ever experienced anything creepy while playing video games late into the night? This next video, shared on Reddit by user Bitonio42, might just give you goosebumps. After completing an intense gaming session with a friend, the poster likely had no idea that their fun night would take a bizarre twist. Shortly after turning off the game, the poster's camera recorded this eerie footage. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see the brief appearance of what looks like a ghostly arm. The enigmatic shape seems to come from nowhere, adding an eerie atmosphere to the otherwise ordinary scene. The uploader provides some context, explaining that his bedroom door was locked to prevent his parents from coming in, as he wasn't allowed to play video games so late at night. He also mentions that his windows were closed and none of his cats were in the room. Initially, the poster considered that the shape might have been dust, but there wasn't any breeze that could have caused its movement. The poster goes on to say that while he likes ghost stories, this incident left him feeling quite unnerved. So was this a case of pareidolia, a trick of the light perhaps, or was there something far more mysterious at play here? The chilling footage left the poster questioning the nature of the ghostly shape that had appeared in his bedroom. Seeking answers, the uploader reached out to the online community, but so far no one's been able to conclusively explain this strange sighting. So we'll throw this one out to you, the viewer. What do you think this gamer has captured on webcam? Is it really a ghost, or is it something else entirely? Let us know your theories in the comments down below. In a rundown back alley in Asunción, the capital of Paraguay, there's a building known as the House of Horror. The now abandoned home is said to be so haunted that even squatters, drug dealers and criminals avoid the area entirely. In October 2018, a family of 5 were found brutally murdered inside the now infamous home. Dharma Rojas Roda, her 2 children, her mother Alva Rota, and her father Julio Rojas Daval were all discovered dead in what's been described as a cruel and violent act. The crime scene showed signs that it was hastily cleaned in an effort to remove evidence. 21-year-old Bruno Javier Mirabel Ramirez, Alva Roda's son, was found guilty of the murder and sentenced to 30 years in prison plus 10 years parole. A year later, local news network C9N Paraguay visited the infamous House of Horrors to recount the crime live on TV. However, as reporters moved through the house, their microphones picked up something rather chilling. Take a listen.
Porque otro de los cuerpos justamente también se presumía que se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
It can be hard to hear at first, but as the journalist moves out into the courtyard, some screams are heard in the background. Here's the sound isolated and amplified.
Porque otro de los cuerpos justamente también se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
Viewers who heard the shocking clip said it sounds like a man yelling, followed by the screams of a woman and children.
Porque parte de otro de los cuerpos justamente también se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
The incident went viral in Paraguay, and many speculated it's the residual screams of the family who were murdered there. A horrific EVP that's been etched into the very fabric of the home.
Otro de los cuerpos justamente también se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
Sticking with strange things happening to animals, our last clip of the day shows something truly odd. The clip was uploaded to TikTok by Les Mikis. Take a look. The footage comes from the OP's home security camera placed inside their bedroom. As you can see, the cat gets lifted up into the air, as if by some unseen presence. The description, which is in Spanish, says that the OP believes their cat protects them from ghosts. Cats have long been associated with supernatural and paranormal phenomena. For centuries, cats have been seen as mysterious creatures that can detect unseen energies, such as ghosts and spirits. From ancient Egypt to the present day, cats have been credited with extraordinary powers of intuition and protection from evil forces. Many cultures around the world view cats as protectors against supernatural events, including witches, ghosts, and other spooky creatures. Some people believe that cats can even predict when a ghost or spirit is in the area. In some cases, people report their cats staring at something that isn't there, or playing with an invisible object that no one else can see. However, some keen-eyed viewers aren't quite buying the ghost theory about this clip. They believe you can see the cat being subtly lifted by the person in the bed. So what do you think? Are we seeing a cat interact with a ghost, or is there a more simple explanation to this footage? Let me know down below. This next eerie encounter was captured on a CCTV system overlooking a car park. It was uploaded to TikTok by Terra S Nocturnos. Take a look at what happens. Watching that again, a dark shadow seems to move from one person to the other. When this clip hit social media, a lot of viewers were stunned by the footage and began to suspect whether it was a demonic possession caught on camera. They noted how odd it is that both of the people seem to react to the shadow moving. So what do you think? Could this really be some kind of possession, or is there another explanation for this strange sighting? Let me know what you think in the comments down below.
まあでも本当にね、この家は
Omegatoki Film is a ghost hunting channel from Japan. In this video, they explore a supposedly haunted house that's said to have somewhat of a curse. Once you enter, you'll lose your mind. Not long after going inside, they stumble across some writing scribbled on one of the walls.
がいます。気をつけて。あ、全くね。ポスターを
The investigators note that it's quite hard to read, but they seem to be able to decipher some of the parts. It says something about a woman who was covered in bugs, and that she was doing terrible things. They speculate that the scribblings might have been written by the previous resident. The investigators then split up, keeping in contact via radio. One sets up a camera in what appears to be an old bedroom. He cautiously examines the space, including what looks like an empty closet. On the other side of the room is another space. However, in this one, the investigator notices that there appears to be a gap between the ceiling and the wall. He pushes the panel, revealing a secret room. Inside, he finds several old photographs, some clothes, and a mysterious white box. The photos all seem to be of a family, including some captured at a wedding. He also notices that all the clothes seem to have belonged to a woman. He opens the mysterious box, finding a piece of cloth with writing on it. It's about now that he says he can start to hear a strange voice. The explorer contacts his partner to alert him of the find. As he does, his secondary camera captures something rather chilling. Take a look. At first, it might be hard to notice. However, if you brighten the footage, you can see a ghostly looking figure peering around the corner of the door. The investigator doesn't seem to notice and continues talking to his partner. He explains what he found inside the long white box. He says that it's actually a place to store someone's remains. The box also contains some incense and a money bag. The investigator then decides to leave the room. However, he keeps a camera set up to record. Watch again to see what it captures. Like before, the room is too dark to make anything out clearly, but when the footage is brightened, we can see the same dark figure seen earlier as it reappears in the doorway. This time, however, we get a better look. It looks like a woman. So could this be the bug-covered lady mentioned in the writing on the wall? Take another look and tell me what you think this is in the comments down below. Our first clip of the day was captured by TikTok user Mark DeFalco. In May 2022, Mark noticed that a car had driven through a fence at a local cemetery. He took out his phone, and this is what he captured.
Lucky they didn't hit none of these tombstones. Real lucky.
Straight away, you can see the carnage.
Hello?
But then, as he approaches the car, watch what happens.
You okay? What the hell? What the f*** is going on here? There ain't nobody there. Miss? Hello?
Watching that again, as Mark walks towards the car, you can hear what sounds like a woman crying.
You okay?
When he looks closer, there's no one in or around the car.
What the f*** is going on here? There ain't nobody there. Miss? Hello?
Despite only running through a wire fence, the car looks pretty badly damaged.
What the hell? What the f*** is going on here? There ain't nobody there. Miss? Hello?
So if there's no one in the car, then where's the crying coming from? This eerie little detail, coupled with the graveyard setting, has led many viewers to suggest that something paranormal is going on here. But what do you think? Love to hear your thoughts on this creepy video in the comments down below.
You okay? What the hell? What the f is going on here? There ain't nobody there.
Our last clip of the day was uploaded to TikTok by Soy Julio Lopez. In this video, a man by the name of Snyder Flores is filming his daughter walking through a park at nighttime. It's hard to hear what he's saying, but he follows her with the camera as she's walking along a pathway. See if you can spot anything strange.
Enojada. Y enojada. Oh my.
It can be hard to see at first, but if we slow it down, just behind the bush, you can see a pair of feet, or perhaps a shadow.
Oh my.
But when he films behind the bush, there's nothing there.
Yo te sigo. Por aquí se movió algo. Por aquí por este árbol.
Another strange detail that some viewers have pointed out is that there appears to be a shadowy figure in the distance at the start of the clip.
Planeta. Enojada. Y enojada. Oh my.
Admittedly though, this might just be another person enjoying the park at nighttime. However, the disappearing feet are a little more mysterious. Where do they go, and who do they belong to? Some commenters immediately said it was a glimpse of a shadow person, a type of terrifying paranormal entity that's said to only exist in our periphery. However, some viewers are suspicious of why the father was filming his daughter at nighttime in the first place. They suspect the whole thing's staged. So where do you sit on this sighting then? Shadow man, ghost, or is it all just a hoax? Let me know your opinions in the comments down below.
Oh my. Yo te sigo. Por aquí se movió algo. Por aquí por este árbol.
This creepy image was sent to us by a viewer named April. She says that her worried friend had shown her the photo thinking it might show a demonic entity. In the pic, we can see the poster's friend's daughter posing with another person. However, in the middle is a rather unsettling figure. It's pale and ghost-like with dark, sunken features. The story behind the photo is perhaps even eerier than the photo itself. The poster claims that she looked at the picture and immediately thought that the figure was actually someone that her friend knew. The poster claims that while she can't explain it, she sometimes gets flashes or feelings about this sort of thing, and on this occasion, she just knew. She also told her friend that someone had a box of pictures that will give you the answer as to who the mysterious figure is. About a month or two later, her aunt's cousin did give her a box of old photos. Among them were pictures of her mum as a child. She showed the images to the poster, who said, "Look, it's her." The way in which her friend's mother had died was especially tragic. She was hit by a semi-trailer while out riding her bicycle, and she believes there's evidence of her injuries in this photo. So what do you think? Does the figure seen in the middle of the first photo resemble the girl in the second? Take a look at them again, side by side, and let me know what you think. This next photo, shared to Reddit by user CLT Hornet, shows something rather strange caught on camera. In the top right-hand corner of the image, there's a mysterious dark silhouette visible in the other room. Although it could be dismissed as just another person, the backstory provided by the poster may cause you to think otherwise. The uploader explains that in 2012, their wife's uncle sadly passed away in his sleep at his home. Following his death, a gathering took place at the residence, and it was during this event that someone, possibly his wife, snapped this photo. Upon first seeing the image, the poster was startled and admitted they had been skeptical of anything supernatural before this experience. However, this photo left them struggling to find a rational explanation. The poster insists that the image has not been altered in any way and hints that the enigmatic silhouette might be the ghost of their wife's uncle. One viewer noted that if you zoom in on the figure, it resembles a bald man with a grey mustache. The poster then shared a comparison photo of their wife's uncle. So what do you make of this? Could the mysterious figure in the photo genuinely be the spirit of their late relative? Or is there an alternative explanation for the strange silhouette? Share your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Wokya Hogar Official is a paranormal YouTube channel based in Pakistan. They travel the country in search of proof that ghosts really do exist. In this episode, they travel to a dilapidated old house that's long been abandoned. Locals say that the house is haunted by the spirits of dead children, and that on some dark nights you can actually see their shadowy silhouettes in the empty rooms of the deserted home. Spurred on by these rumours, the team of paranormal investigators begin to search the property.
और वो जिससे दरवाज़ा बंद किया था वो तो लेटा हुआ था, खड़ा कैसे हो गया?
हाँ यार.
Before long, they spot something strange on the roof of the building.
पीछे भी देख के.
It looks like a strange, thin humanoid figure.
Record हो रहा?
हो रहा है. वो तो जा रहा है. लो.
एक बच्चा इधर नजर आया.
किधर?
Then, moments later in one of the rooms, they spot a small child crouching in the corner.
कौन हो? यार, मुकास एक इधर बैठा हुआ है.
The cameraman calls to his colleague, who rushes to the room.
जल्दी आ.
However, when they look in the room again, there's no one there.
मैं छत पे गया था, उधर भी वो नजर नहीं आया.
Spooked but determined, the team continues their search of the building.
ये कितनी खराब हो गई.
एक लाइट इधर, एक उधर.
Soon they spot something eerie in one of the rooms.
उधर. रिकॉर्ड इधर, कैमरा इधर ही रखी. रिकॉर्ड हो रहे हैं. कहाँ इधर है?
इधर हो रहे हैं, इधर.
ये खूब
मेरे पीछे वो ही आवाज.
इधर सामने. बात सुनो. हेलो. बात तो सुनो बच्चों. ओए बात तो सुनो मेरी. इधर आओ. नहीं कहते कुछ. इधर आ, बात सुन.
हम
बात क्यों नहीं सुन रहे तुम?
As if the shadows aren't eerie enough, this happens.
यार इनके शैडो से इतना रिकॉर्ड नहीं हो रहे. ये इनके पास जा रहे हैं.
The shadowy children have now disappeared, nowhere to be found.
लो जी, इधर से गायब हो गए.
So what's to be made of this eerie footage? Given that the locals believe the old house is haunted, it certainly does make you wonder whether something paranormal has been caught on camera here.
इनके पास जा रहे हैं.
ये क्या?
At first glance, this video posted to Facebook by Bridget Dion seems to be relatively innocuous, just the inside of a living room. However, a few seconds into the recording, you can see a black shape move quickly across the screen. While initially too fast to see any detail, if you slow the footage down, it looks somewhat human-like. The original poster later commented on the clip saying, "I literally tried debunking that friggin' shape in every way, and the only answer that seems to make sense is that it's a ghost." While this Facebook user might very well have captured something paranormal on camera, this brief video alone is certainly not enough evidence to prove that she has. So for now at least, this shadowy shape will have to remain a mystery. Sticking with unidentified flying orbs of light, some footage has come out of Eastern Europe that appears to show the Romanian military firing on a mysterious ball of light in the night sky. Take a look. The footage, which was uploaded to Reddit by user 678990655, allegedly shows the Romanian Navy firing at an unidentified flying object. It was captured by a civilian staying in a nearby town on the 2nd of September 2021. The incident has divided the Reddit community. Some think it's nothing more than target practice and that the Navy's firing on a stationary light as part of a training exercise. Others, however, are more convinced that the Navy's firing at something unknown, perhaps some extraterrestrial technology. So, given the mysterious sightings in the previous segment, what do you make of this footage? What is the Romanian military actually firing at? Let me know your theories in the comments down below. This next one was uploaded to Twitter by user Sitio Paranormal, but its true origins are unknown. It's some footage of a birthday party somewhere in Japan. At first, everything seems perfectly normal. That is until the candles are blown out. Watch. At first, it can be hard to see, but if we slow it down, in between the flickers of the candle, what looks to be a pale face can be seen over the woman's right shoulder. In Japanese culture, yurei are the spirits of people who have died and are unable to rest. They're often depicted as having pale white skin, black hair, and expressionless faces. Yurei are believed to be able to manifest in a number of different ways, including appearing as faint lights, a floating figure, or a full-bodied apparition. They're usually depicted as being unhappy or angry, often because of a wrongdoing that was committed against them while they were alive. There are many different ways to ward off yurei according to Japanese culture. Some people believe that placing a small stone monument called a toba in front of a grave will protect the living from being bothered by the spirit of the deceased. Others believe that performing certain rituals or ceremonies, such as lighting incense or offering food, can appease the spirits and prevent them from causing harm. So are we witnessing a genuine yurei in this footage, or is it all just a hoax, or perhaps a trick of the light? Have you ever had a feeling that there's a supernatural presence lurking in your house? Maybe you've seen a fleeting shadow out the corner of your eye or felt an inexplicable coldness. The feeling can elicit goosebumps, even though you're not quite sure what you're experiencing. However, if you suddenly start hearing a disembodied voice, the situation becomes harder to ignore, especially if the voice sounds eerily like your own. According to TikToker Marissa Ryanstan69, that's exactly what happened to them. They were lying in bed when they heard a mysterious voice that sounded just like theirs calling out to them from another room. Watch.
Come here. Come here. Come here. What the heck? Come here. Come here. What I told you. Come here.
It sounds as though the voice is saying, "Come here, in here, come here, hey. In here, come here, I've got something, come here."
Come here. Come here. Come here. What the heck? Come here. Come here. What I told you. Come here.
According to a comment from the original poster, the mysterious voice responds to theirs, yelling louder when they too raise their voice. In a follow-up video, we see the poster frantically pacing around the house.
My family home. I grew up here. and we've never had a single experience.
They ask the audience for help identifying the supposed supernatural presence that's causing the disturbances.
I just need somebody who knows what this is. Please reach out. I don't care if it's in a comment or privately, just please reach out.
Although this time the eerie voice remains silent, it seems that the presence still might make itself known. As the TikToker nervously moves about, we can see an unlit candle sitting on top of the toilet. However, just before the video ends, a flame can clearly be seen.
Somebody please reach out with an answer or some help or something. Thank you.
So is this TikToker's house really haunted by some sort of paranormal force? Let me know where you sit on this in the comments down below.
This next one comes from the TikTok account Escape Paranormal. A security guard was working the night shift when he noticed something strange on one of the monitors. He wasn't certain of what he saw, so he decided to play back the footage. That's when he couldn't quite believe what he was seeing. Out of nowhere, a transparent woman appears. It almost looks like she's just a head floating through the yard. Shocked by what he was seeing, the guard rushed outside only to find there was no one around. These sort of security camera sightings can often be explained away as poor compression rates, overlapped images, or even strange lighting. However, the fact that the guard rushed to the scene only to find nothing has left many viewers spooked. So what do you think this is? Did the lady just walk away without the guard knowing? Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below.
This next video was uploaded to Reddit by user Pneumatic Capacity. Take a look at what their security cameras captured. About halfway through the clip, a dark figure seemingly emerges from the shadows. It makes its way from right to left before disappearing from sight. The figure's appearance and the way it moves makes it look as though it's made of shadows. While the figure itself certainly looks spooky, several viewers were quick to suggest that this lagging effect can be caused by a camera's low compression rate. Others noted the lack of light and other objects in close proximity as possible reasons for the strange figure's movement. Unfortunately, as is the case with many similar home security videos, there's no definitive evidence to prove that the figure is actually something supernatural. So we'll throw this one out to you, the viewer. Does this footage show a shadow person or other paranormal entity, or is it just an issue with the camera's compression rate? Watch again and let me know in the comments down below. The catacombs that wind their way below the streets of Paris, France have a long and macabre history. In 1774, the city's cemeteries were terribly overcrowded, and so a plan was formulated to help eliminate the problem. Using the site of the former Tomb Issoire quarries, which at the time were located just outside of the city, construction of these mega ossuaries began. From 1786, nightly processions of covered wagons transferred remains from many of Paris's cemeteries to these underground tunnels. Estimated to house the remains of more than 6 million people, the catacombs were largely forgotten about until the early 19th century, when they became a fashionable place to stage concerts and other private events. This still image was posted to the Facebook page Ghosts of London. It was supposedly recovered from a camera found deep within the catacombs in the early 1990s. The photo shows an underground passageway aglow with lights. At the end is an indistinct figure that looks like a cross between a man and a beast. In fact, the figure has even been described as resembling the jackal-headed Egyptian deity Anubis. This image is made even more horrifying when you realise it may have been the last ever recorded by someone who disappeared in these maze-like tunnels. It's said when the camera was recovered, it actually had a small video on it. Those who viewed it soon realised that the person seemed to be lost and confused. The clip then said to have ended abruptly as the camera dropped to the ground. However, apparently it captured one last image, this one here. So does this photo really show some sort of mysterious creature roaming the dark passageways of Paris's catacombs? So let me know what you think about this creepy figure, and also let us know if you've ever visited the Paris catacombs in person. For some time now, homeowners Michael and Heather have suspected that something might be haunting their home. In fact, the bizarre activity became so frequent they began to document it all on their TikTok account, Southern Haunts. Here's an early account of some of the eerie things that have been happening around their home. Take a look. Strange knocking can be heard at the door, but there's clearly no one there. Then another door begins to bang. This time, they open it. Soon after, a cupboard door begins to knock as well. When this first clip hit TikTok, viewers warned that you should never open a door that's knocking when there's no one there, in case you invite an unwelcome spirit into your home. Spooked by the encounter, the homeowners set up a series of cameras around their house to record while they were away. This is what one of them captured. Freaked out by the footage, Michael and Heather decide to conduct a Ouija board session to see if they can make contact with any spirits that might have taken up residence in their home. Before long, things go wrong.
Oh my god. Goodbye. Oh my god, I don't do this.
I'm freaked out.
They then hear a noise upstairs, but watch what happens.
Oh no. Hold on.
Was that upstairs? Oh my god. Oh my god!
Watching that again, it sounds like something runs at them from the top of the stairs.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Now the homeowners are almost certain they have a paranormal presence on their hands. To add fuel to the fire, one of the static cameras in the kitchen catches this. So is this home really haunted? This is an unfolding story with new footage uploaded quite regularly. If you want to check them out, as always, I'll put links in the description box down below.
Oh no. Hold on.
Was that upstairs? Oh my god.
Oh my god!
The following photo seems to show something that no one can quite explain. TikTok user Alinda says that they discovered this photo of their younger brother opening presents on what we can presume is his birthday. However, the family was disturbed by the presence of a person in the background. No one in the family can recognize the lady and have no idea why she would be in the photo, let alone at a family gathering. The aunts of the family told the OP's mother that she should burn the photograph immediately. The photo is an old printout from film, so we can assume no Photoshop trickery is happening here, and the lady doesn't look like the result of double exposure either. So given that the family can't identify the woman, nor can they fathom why she'd even be in their house, one has to wonder what's really being captured here. The first clip on our list is brief, but nonetheless creepy. It was uploaded to Reddit by user CU4792500 and shows something that's divided the opinion of viewers. Take a look. As you can see, a mysterious black shape can be seen briefly moving in the darkness. If you slow the footage down, the shape is long and wispy and actually appears to move from right to left. Interestingly, the uploader claims they didn't notice the shape until they reviewed the clip later on. Some viewers seem adamant that the black shape is attached to a wire, however others are puzzled by this as they can't quite see one. While the shortness of the clip and lack of context makes it difficult to speculate any further, it's hard to deny that the object does give off a rather eerie vibe. So watch the footage one more time and let me know what you think this is in the comments down below. A shadow person is a type of supernatural entity that's said to lurk at the edge of our visual field. When someone claims to have seen one, it's usually little more than a fleeting glimpse. This video, which was posted to Facebook by Sarah Nichols, might just show one such sighting caught on camera. The footage we see is actually a secondary recording of the video that Nichols' son captured while walking around their house. Take a look and see if you can spot anything strange.
This is a video of the video that he took.
At first glance, the clip seems quite normal. However, at the end of the video, just as the child seems to be putting the phone down, there appears to be a dark, shadowy figure in the left-hand corner of the screen. The poster has no idea who the figure could be. She claims that the only other people in the house at the time this was taken was herself and her husband. The poster goes on to say that there's been tons of activity in this particular area of the home, recounting the time she came home and put her shoes on the boot rack by the door. She then went to use the bathroom, and then when she came out, one of her shoes was in the kitchen sink. On another occasion, she claims her son was playing with one of his toy cars on top of a tray table, when suddenly it flew across the room violently. Could it be possible that the boys inadvertently captured proof of the paranormal force that's said to be haunting their house? Watch the clip again and judge for yourself.
This is a video of the video that he took.
Our last clip of the day is yet more eerie home security footage of a child in their bedroom. This was uploaded to TikTok by El Kukui TV. This video was captured late at night as a toddler plays in his room, while the parents are sleeping peacefully next door. Everything seems perfectly normal until things turn a little creepy. Watch. It looks as though the kid is talking to someone. Then suddenly, this happens. It looks as though something pushes the child, then grabs his leg. Some commenters said the footage had an unsettling feeling, suggesting that a demonic entity was interacting with the child. But what do you think? Is this something evil or just a playful kid using his imagination? Take another look and make your own mind up. When you live on the edge of the woods, you never know if you're being watched by something hiding among the trees. In this video, uploaded to TikTok by adventure.bigfoot, we hear a child telling someone to go get their parents. The dogs are barking in the backyard and they don't seem to know why. While they wait for their dad to arrive, the child keeps the camera focused on the backyard. Their father soon shows up. He ventures outside to get a better look and notices something moving among the trees. Watch.
Oh yeah, right there, look. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
While it's hard to see at first, a close-up reveals what appears to be a furry bipedal creature.
Oh yeah, right there, look.
The figure quickly disappears behind the ridge. Luckily, the child's father manages to spot it again. And at one point, he thinks there may actually be more than one of them. Whatever it is, it continues to walk among the trees for some time, perhaps unaware that it can actually be seen. Some viewers think it's just a human, however its height and furry appearance seem to suggest otherwise. Could this mysterious creature really be the legendary Bigfoot, as some of the comments were saying, or is there another explanation behind this rather revealing video? Let me know your theories down below. With the advent of cell phones, most people now carry around a camera in their pocket. In turn, this has led to an increase in photos that show weird and creepy things. This image, posted to Reddit by user AntonioBT, shows something rather strange that viewers have had a hard time explaining. Take a look. The image depicts partygoers at some sort of celebration, but it's the figure in the foreground that has drawn the attention of paranormal enthusiasts. According to the poster, the photo was captured by their Catholic aunt, who, after seeing the figure, deleted the original pic thinking it could be a demon. As always, the community tried to rationalize the figure's eerie appearance. Some suggested it could simply be a regular person whose image has been distorted by the camera. Others pointed to the figure's appearance as potential evidence of its paranormal nature. Suggestions ranged from Gollum to Nosferatu and a gremlin to even a ghost. The figure appears to have large pointy ears, a prominent chin and nose, and a bald dome-shaped head. This image certainly evokes thoughts of a vampire or other mythological creature. Unfortunately, it seems the true identity of this figure may never be learned, leaving this photo a complete mystery.
Here's a quick little one that's been going viral over on Twitter. It was uploaded by Sitio Paranormal. Take a look. It's not known exactly when or where this was filmed, but the camera holder's clearly spooked by a dark figure hiding among some tombstones in a cemetery. Looks like a grave face with dark, sunken eyes. Despite the clip going viral, viewers are divided on what it shows. Some say it's probably just a homeless person wondering why they're being filmed, but others aren't so sure, claiming that the grey, featureless face is far too spooky to be dismissed as just a person lurking among the gravestones.
Does this next photo show a ghost? The poster seems to think so. It was sent to us by Shannon Young Andrew, who claims it was sent to her by her sister's mother-in-law's best friend. In it, we can see a ghostly shape that resembles a girl wearing a white dress with dark hair and eyes. The poster says that the woman who snapped the pic is 72 years old and lives in Missouri. Her house had flooded, and after ripping out the carpet, she claimed to keep seeing a little girl. However, after no one believed her, she decided to try and capture a photo to prove that she wasn't crazy. Aside from the ghostly looking shape, the poster thinks that they can also see a demonic face just next to the girl. Take a look and tell me if you can see it in the comments section down below. This clip, which was uploaded to TikTok by Terra S Nocturnals, shows something that so far no one's been able to quite explain. The camera holder says that she's at work and that something super strange has been captured on their security cameras. Followed by another colleague, they show us an elevator area at the workplace.
Imagínense que hay un estacionamiento.
They explain that this is where the strange sighting took place.
Chequen esto, porfa. Y ahorita les anexo la evidencia.
Now take a look at what the cameras caught. An eerie figure walks by the elevators. Whatever it is, it has a severe hunch and limps with a strange gait. No one at the workplace has been able to identify this figure, and the sighting remains a complete mystery. This next clip, uploaded to TikTok by unknown railfan 1373, is truly bizarre. Take a look at what they've captured.
Well, that ain't good. Don't know who's running that, but I mean, yeah, okay.
The train appears to have no driver. In fact, there doesn't seem to be anyone on board the vehicle at all. While this is certainly creepy in its own right, another TikToker by the name of Ethan News on Music has noticed something even more chilling about the bizarre train. See if you can spot it.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who saw that.
As the train continues down the track, it looks like there's a crouched, disfigured creature at the back of it. Around the world, there have been many stories of phantom trains. A funeral train is said to run from Washington DC to Springfield, Illinois every year around the date that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. There have also been accounts of ghost train sightings in the UK, Japan, Canada and Sweden. While some of these sightings have been explained, other phantom train mysteries remain unsolved. So then, does this video show a driverless ghost train wheeling its way across the countryside? And what about that mysterious figure that appears to be hitching a ride on the back? Watch the clip again and let me know what you think's going on here in the comments down below.
Don't know who's running that, but I mean, yeah, okay.
Our last clip of the day is some eerie security footage that many claim has captured a real ghost on camera. Take a look. The clip, which was uploaded to Twitter by Sidio Paranormal, appears to show a strange misty shape appear out of nowhere. It drifts for a few seconds, then disappears altogether. Whatever this thing is, it appears to trigger the security light which turns on as the mist drifts by. This means that the shape hasn't been placed in digitally after the fact, as it seems to be triggering the motion sensor. So what could it be? Some commenters thought it might be vapor or steam coming from a vent or nearby drain, and perhaps it was dense enough to trigger the motion sensor on the security light. But others aren't so sure, believing this to be a genuine spook caught on camera. They note that it almost looks like it's wearing a cloak of some kind, bringing to mind the classic depiction of a ghost. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of other info to run on with this sighting, so for now I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers, to make final judgment. Well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Watch some more right here with these 2 links right there. Now, if you love what we do here at Slapped Ham, consider becoming a member. There's the little blue join button right there. Click that. That'll pop up with all the benefits our members are currently enjoying. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.